Hi, good day, ma'am. This is our for this assignment. I and Mahmood is in the group, and the issues regarding Sunway City versus the Perbadaran Pengurusan Sunrise. So I will start from the introduction. My name is Vinod. Then next, after me, Mahmood will continue. Okay. So for the introduction of this assignment, Sunway City, Penang, SDN BHD, and others versus Perbadaran Pengurusan Sunrise Garden Condominium 2023 is a lawsuit involving the rights and obligations of Sunway City and the condominium management cooperating regarding the maintenance and management of the common property. So this problem is mainly regarding the maintenance and the checkings. So the next is highlighting the legal complexities of property management in Malaysia. So the next is contesting parties. So in this problem, there are two parties, which is the case involves Perbadaran Pengurusan Sunrise Garden Condominium, the Condominium Management Corporation, and also the Sunway City Penang SDN BHD, the developer, and other related parties. So that are the two main parties. So next I will continue with the fact of the case. Fact of the case, firstly, is the issues management of common areas. So basically this problem is mostly regarding the management and also the maintenance regarding the area, the condominium. So next is the claims by management. Developer failed to maintain areas properly. So the main problem, as I said just now, the maintenance, and also the developer failed to maintain the areas properly. And next is causing defects and poor upkeep, a poor maintenance. And next is affected the residents' quality of life. So when we staying in a low maintenance area, so we can know that it will affect the residents' environment, and they won't be too comfortable to be at that place. So next is developer defense. Okay, they fulfill responsibilities, fix issues, and issues were out of their control. That was their defense, saying that they fixed the issues and also the issues were out of their controls. Next is the legal questions that they faced. Developers' responsibility post-transfer, interpretation of duties under Malaysia law, management rights to remedies, and compliance enforcement. The next one is court consideration. So what the court have considered is evidence and expert opinions, relevant laws and agreements, validity of claims and defenses. Next is the implications, highlights complex legal relations in Malaysia, potential impact on future property management laws and disputes. Okay, so for the next is discussion on legal issues and principles. So their main focus is to duties and obligations for upkeep and administration of common property. The legal issue, the key legal of issue is whether the developer fulfilled obligation post transfer or not. Next is the relevant laws, Strata Titles Act 1985. Management's claim was developer's failure affected residents' quality of life, as I say just now. Next is developer's defense. What was their defense was responsibilities were fulfilled and issues were fixed or beyond control. The task of courts was interpret contracts and status, assess reasonables in maintenance duties, evaluate if the developer ensured proper upkeep. Finally, the detailed elements in judicial review. So firstly, the key factors in court's decision. First was their contracts. Okay, review responsibilities and deadlines. Their contract is mainly to review their responsibilities and also the validity of contracts, the deadlines. Next is the Strata Titles, the Act 1985, evaluated compliance and defect liability period. And the third was duty of care, assess developers management of maintenance and defects, which was Sunway Penang was out of their duty, and it was identified as duty of care, which they didn't make as their promise, which was the maintenance and defects. The final one will be management rights, access enforcement and remedy rights. So this is the main problem in this issue. And next will be my friend Mahmoud will continue regarding the preferred laws cases and others till the conclusion. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod. Now for my part is principle of the law. So the Town and Country Planning Act 1976 is the foundation of urban planning law in Malaysia, defining requirements for planning permission development and planning control. It aims to balance development need with environment protection. The Penang Structure Plan 2020 provides a framework for sustainable land use and development, focusing on environmentally sensitive area. The Land Conservation Act 1960 LCA complement the TCPA, focusing on conservation and sustainable use of land resource. The special project guidelines under the Penang Structure Plan 2020 is crucial for environmentally sensitive land development, providing additional requirements and standards for careful assessment and management. These guidelines ensure that development projects are carefully assessed and managed. Next is an analysis for the referred case. So the judgment refers to several precedent cases emphasizing the importance of strict adherence to statutory requirements in urban development. It stressed the need for transparent and accountable planning decisions. This DKLS Sunshine Sdn Bhd versus Kerajaan Negeri Pulau Pinang and another case emphasized the need for a structured plan and guideline to align development approval with century framework and sustainable planning principle. The Hotel Central Sdn Bhd versus Pengarah Tanah and Galian Negeri Johor, Malaysia and Oz cases highlight public participation and transparency in planning decision. The Wangley Granite Quarry Sdn Bhd versus Majlis Pembandaran Seberang Perai cases focus on the interpretation of development orders and responsibility of local authority in upholding statutory plan. Now for the judgment. The Federal Court upheld appeals against a local authority failure to comply with the TCPA requirement for planning permission. The court emphasized the importance of following statutory procedure and guidelines for legally sound environment responsible planning decision. The court also emphasized the Penang Structure Plan 2020's statutory force and the need for compliance and statutory provision. Decision has implications for future planning and development projects in Malaysia, emphasizing the need for strict legal compliance, transparent decision-making processes, and adherence to statutory guidelines in urban planning. The case set a precedent for balancing development need with environment protection and public interest. And for the last one, for the conclusion or recommendation, the Pembandaran Pengurusan Sunrise Garden Condominium versus Sunway City case underscore the importance of legal compliance in planning approval. It emphasized transparency, public participation, and adherence to statutory plan for sustainable development. To improve the process, strict adherence to statutory plans and guidelines is crucial. Ambiguous procedure and judicial oversight are essential. Policymakers should revise the planning law to address urban underdevelopment challenge and environment sustainability. Strengthening the legal framework and enhancing public participation will lead more transparent and sustainable urban development in Malaysia. Thank you. Thank you. That's all from me and Vinod.